Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to jump in a time machine and take a look at how that supercomputer in your pocket actually came to be. We're breaking down the first three giant leaps in mobile tech: 1G, 2G, and 3G. So let's just dive right in.
You see it all the time, right? On the top corner of your phone screen. It's this letter and a number that's always promising something better, something faster. But what does that G really mean? Have you ever actually stopped to think about it? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The G just stands for generation. And each new number, that represents a massive, game-changing leap in mobile network technology. It's really a story of evolution, where every new chapter is built to solve the problems of the one that came before it.
And our story kicks off right here, with the one that started it all. This is where the whole mobile revolution truly began.
Okay, so picture this. It's the 1980s. We're talking big hair, neon colors, and for the very first time, these giant car phones and those iconic brick phones. This was the dawn of being able to make a phone call without being literally tied to a wall.
So, what could this first generation do? Well, it had one job, and for the time, it was pure magic: voice calls. It all ran on an analog signal, kind of like a radio station, and used something called circuit switching. You can think of that like having your very own private, dedicated phone line that stayed open just for you for the entire call. But, 1G was far from perfect. Since it was analog, the security was just awful. I mean, anyone with a simple radio scanner could listen in on your calls. And, this is the big one, there was zero data. Absolutely none. You could talk, and that was it. So the stage was set for the next generation to fix all this. And that fix was 2G. This wasn't just an update. It was a fundamental change in how mobile phones worked. We're talking about a full-on digital revolution. So now we jump forward to the 1990s. 2G technology made phones smaller, way more efficient, and suddenly they were affordable for a lot more people. This is the decade when cell phones went from being a novelty to being, well, pretty common. Now this is the key difference, the big technological jump. 1G was analog, that continuous radio wave, but 2G, it was digital. It took your voice and turned it into binary code, ones and zeros. That one change meant that calls could finally be encrypted, which made them way more secure and sound a whole lot clearer. And going digital unlocked some amazing new features. You still had voice calls, of course, but now you had SMS, the short message service. Yep, texting was born. Can you even imagine? It also gave us our very first taste of mobile data, but as we're about to see, it was pretty limited. And this chart from our source material just shows that progression perfectly. You can see it right here, the clear path from 1G to 3G. You see the technology itself shifting from analog to digital, and the services just keep adding on, from just voice calls to SMS and then internet. But with new features came a new problem. Yeah, 2G introduced data, but the speeds were so slow. Trying to load even a simple web page felt like it took an eternity. The world was getting online with their desktop computers, and people wanted that same freedom on the go. The need for a real mobile web was huge. Which brings us right to our third generation. 3G was built with one primary mission: to finally bring a fast, usable internet experience right to your phone. Kicking off around 2001, 3G is the tech that really paved the way for the smartphone era. This is when the dream of having the actual internet in your pocket became a reality. So how did 3G make it happen? The secret sauce was a total shift to something called packet switching. Instead of trying to open one big clunky line for data, 3G broke all that data down into tiny, efficient bundles called packets. It could then send those packets through the fastest route available, which made everything much faster. And that speed unlocked a completely new world of possibilities. Suddenly, you could actually browse the web. You could send pictures and videos with MMS, and your connection had way stronger security. Really, 3G laid all the groundwork for the app stores and mobile video that would define the next decade.
Okay, so we've gone from making a simple call on a brick phone to the very dawn of the mobile internet. Let's put this all together and just take a look at the whole evolution at a glance.
This table really sums up the whole journey perfectly, doesn't it? You have 1G, it's analog, gives us voice, but absolutely no data. Then 2G goes digital, gives us the magic of texting, but its internet was just a crawl. And then 3G fully embraces packet switching to deliver the real mobile internet, finally putting the web in our pockets. Its main limitation was simply that it wasn't as fast as what was coming right around the corner. So you can see this amazing cycle of innovation, right? Each generation is literally standing on the shoulders of the one before it, fixing its biggest weakness while creating totally new possibilities. And of course, new challenges to overcome. It really makes you wonder, as we move through 5G and start hearing whispers about 6G, what problems are they solving for us right now, and what new ones will they create for the future?